Hey guys, Aaron Zakowski here from Zammo Digital. I'm super excited to have you on this training today because I'm going to share with you the core systems and processes that my team uses, spending millions of dollars to crack the code on paid ads for B2B SaaS. Now, if you want, you're going to be able to take this information and run your own ads. Or if you're looking for a little bit of help, then at the end of the video, I'm going to explain to you how I can help you to grow and scale your SaaS product with paid ads. All right, I want to respect your time and keep this video as quick as possible, so let's jump into it. Okay, so today's training is called the B2B SaaS Paid Ads Growth Framework. Now, the strategies we're going to be talking about today can be applied to pretty much any ad platform. However, for the point of today's lesson, we're going to be focusing primarily on Facebook and Instagram. Now, quickly before we go any farther, again, I'm Aaron Zakowski. I'm the CEO and founder of Zammo Digital. My team and I have been growing B2B SaaS companies with Facebook and LinkedIn ads since around 2015. I've actually been running Facebook ads since they pretty much came out around 2010. As a company, we work with both large VC-backed unicorns and bootstrap startups. We've managed millions of dollars in ads, generating over 1 million leads and signups for our clients. You can see a few of the logos of some of the great companies we've worked with down below here. Now, here's what we're going to be learning today. The first lesson is going to be the B2B Ad Funnel Matrix. So this is the campaign structure that we use for our ad to deliver the right message or offer to the right person at the right time in their buying journey. Next, we're going to be learning the anatomy of successful B2B ads. B2B ads are pretty different than B2C ads. You're going to learn the most important elements of making profitable B2B ads. And also, we're going to go over a little bit why it's so important to be refreshing your ads frequently and testing a lot. And lastly, we're going to be focused on our CIA ad testing method. This is the exact heuristic process that we use at Zammo Digital to test ad copy, images, audiences, and more in order to consistently produce winning, scalable ad combinations. So let's get into the B2B ad funnel framework as we put it together. So first and foremost, top of the funnel, cold traffic. This is where we're going to be targeting new audiences that have no exposure to your brand yet. We're going to be using interests, demographics, behaviors, lookalikes, and custom audiences that we might acquire from third parties such as Clearbit or other companies like that. For these people, there are a few different strategies we could use, but often we're going to go straight for the trial sign-up offer or the demo offer because it just tends to work. If that's not working straight up, we're going to work with some case studies, testimonials, and then from a branding and awareness and education point of view, content pieces like blogs, podcasts, webinars could work also, but usually first and foremost, we're going to try and make a straight up offer to the product, meaning the trial or demo sign up, our primary offer at the top of the funnel. All right, so the next level is going to be the middle of the funnel. Now, this is where we're going to be retargeting people who have shown some interest in your product. Or your website. They've visited your website, they've engaged with your page, they've watched some of your videos, and we were going to retarget those video viewers, or people who are in custom audiences of non-customers, such as your newsletter email list. Now, for these people, we're going to be continuing to hit them up with the trial offer because they visited the website, but they didn't sign up the first time. They're going to be pretty high ROI in these retargeting campaigns. Excuse me. That retarget those people who have shown interest. But we're also going to be layering things like demo videos and explainer videos because, those pieces of content don't really work too well top of funnel because no one wants to watch a video about your product until they've started to care. It's just not going to grab their attention too well. But we've seen those types of videos work really, really well at this stage in the funnel. Now, the next level in the funnel is what we call the bottom of the funnel. Now, these would be people who have already signed up for a trial or demo but haven't yet purchased. Now, we're going to continue hitting these people with case studies and ways to use the product and help them basically to understand, how to onboard better. So in this case, we're going to be retargeting people who have hit the pixel or converted on the website already. We're going to be hitting custom audiences that we build based on your users and people have already, entered their information. You pull out of your database. And we could also retarget people that have hit the dashboard of your app, right? So they're in the back end already. And just continuing just to show them the value about why this product is so important and why they should be using it. And last, and certainly not least, is existing customers. Just because someone is already a paying customer of your product doesn't mean we should be ignoring them. These people, you want to get them to continue using your product, you want to reduce churn, and you want these people to essentially become brand evangelists. Like these people should love you already if you've got a good product. So we want to continue not promoting the product offer per se, but rather product feature updates and new content, whether that's from your blog, podcast, webinars, or any other way that you can provide value to them. Okay, so now moving on to the anatomy of a high converting B2B ad. Now, there's 4 primary elements that I think about when I think about creating a new ad. The first one is the image we're going to use. The job of the image is to stop the scroll to grab someone's attention as they're swiping through their newsfeed. And then secondarily would be the hook copy on the image. Now that's the copy that's just going to create relevancy. It's going to be the first thing they're going to read, and it's going to help them decide, is this important to me or not, and should I continue reading, should I continue to care? Now, third is usually going to be the headline. It's the little text below the image, which kind of usually will deliver the offer or some kind of feature or benefit a little bit. And then lastly, they're going to read the ad copy, which, we can do long form, short form. We find both of them to work in different cases. And together, the job of the ad is to grab someone's attention, create relevancy, and pique their interest, potentially pre-sell them a little bit, but ultimately to get them to click over to the website so that the website will get them to convert. So why is it so critical to refresh your ad creatives on a frequent basis? Now, you can see in the graph here that what happens with ads is that over time, frequency goes up. People have seen the ad a couple times in their newsfeed, and they've either clicked or they've given up on it and they're not interested. And so what happens is over time, click-through rates go down, cost per click, cost per conversion goes up, and you can see that ads burn out, right? So that's why it's important that we're always introducing new ads to keep things fresh in your audience's newsfeed. Now, by constantly creating new ads and bringing new ones and pausing the old ones, we're able to maintain a profitable and an efficient click-through rate, cost per click, and ultimately a CPA that's consistently profitable for our clients. And that's one of the things in the agency that we do the most, is actually working on coming up consistently with fresh creative for our clients so that we can keep that cost per acquisition consistently as low as possible. Now on to the CIA ad testing method. This is the process by which we consistently find winning ads for our clients. Now CIA stands for copy, images, and audiences, because these are the three primary elements of a successful ad campaign. Now the primary principle that's applied to this method here is that we're only trying to test one variable in an ad at any given time. Now in the first step of this, we're going to be testing ad copy. So we'll have one ad set, obviously using one audience, and we'll put 3 ads in there, which are all exactly the same except for the ad copy. So they'll all use the same headline, the same image. The ad copy will be the only one variable that we changed. And because of that, we'll know that any differentiation between the results that we get from those 3 ads is going to be due to the copy. Now once we've tested copy, we'll move on and we'll start testing images, and we'll do the exact same thing. We'll test in the same audiences, although in a different ad set than we tested copy. And in this case, we'll use 3, sometimes a little bit more, sometimes a little bit less, but typically 3 ads. In this case, they're all going to have the same headline, the same copy, but we're going to change the image because that's the variable that we're testing. Now in reality, we can actually be testing copy and image in parallel at the same time in order to save ourselves some time in finding good, fast results. And that's typically what we'll do for our clients. So as we get started, we'll test 2 different ad sets in parallel, one testing copy, one testing image. But within each of those ad sets, the element that we're testing is the only variable that changes between those ads. Now, once we've come up with the winning copy version and a winning image version, what we want to do is combine those 2 elements into one new winning ad. Now, at this point, we know the copy is a winner, we know the image is a winner, and there's a pretty good chance that working together, they're going to do even better. And it's time to scale that out a little bit. So at that point, we're going to test these against a few new audiences. So if we tested, usually the initial round of testing actually will be done with what I'll usually just call my low-hanging fruit audience. So it's the most likely to convert cold traffic audience that we know of. So typically it's going to be some very, very relevant interests or some interests overlapped with a lookalike audience to kind of come up with a few 100,000 people. The size of the audience is kind of going to be determined just based on the total addressable market that we're able to market to for the particular client that we're working with. So once we've got this winning ad, it's now the time to start testing it over to different audiences. So if we originally tested with a smaller audience, now we might come to a larger interest, or we might use a full 1% lookalike, and we'll start testing it out, the winning ad, to different audiences. We'll also start seeing if we can increase the budget a little bit to the initial audiences that we tested with in order to see if it's got some legs and we can really push this. Okay, so what should you do next? Well, option 1 is you can figure out how to go and do all these things really well by yourself. You're going to need a strong copywriter, a design team, and you'll need to keep up with all the constant changes taking place with Facebook's algorithms. Or option 2 is you can hire a team that's already figured out how to do all these things. And not just figured it out, but who also has a proven track record for helping B2B SaaS companies to succeed. That way you can focus your time and energy on doing the things that you need to focus on to hit your growth goals. If you're interested in learning if your B2B SaaS company is a good fit to work with my team and have us manage your ads, then I'd like to invite you to a one-on-one SaaS scaling strategy call 100% free. But first, let's make sure this is going to be a good fit. So who's this for? So this is for B2B SaaS companies that need more sales qualified leads and paying customers. It's good for you if you're already making over $500,000 a year in ARR and your customer LTV is greater than $1,000. Our clients typically are offering a free trial or a demo offer, and most importantly, you're friendly and easy to work with. So who's this not for? Well, it's not for recently launched companies who haven't yet proven their product market fit or aren't getting some daily conversions off your website. And also it's not for companies who don't have at least $10,000 of monthly investment towards paid ads. Also, if your expectation is to be profitable with ads within the first month and you really just don't have a lot of runway, then probably need to check your expectations with paid ads, really from any source and anybody who's doing it for you. We work really fast as much as we can to be able to get results as quickly as possible. But the first month is typically taken through researching, putting together creative and doing a lot of testing. And obviously when we're testing, some of our tests don't work. So, it'll take a month or two before we start seeing profitability. And so you just need to be a little bit patient and make sure that those expectations are in check. And lastly, it's important that your LTV of a customer is at least around $500 or so. Now, if this sounds like a good fit for you, then here's how the process is going to work. So this is a custom tailored one-on-one strategy call to discuss your business. We're going to speak for up to 30 minutes and see if my team and I can help you to grow your B2B SaaS company faster. Now, step 1, click the button below to visit the Calendly page and pick a time that works well for your schedule. Step 2, after you schedule a call, you'll be taken to a short application form to give you a little basic background about your business. And finally, step 3, we'll meet on Zoom at the scheduled time to chat. Now, if it's not a good fit, I'll be the first to tell you, because I only want to work with companies that I'm confident that I'm going to be able to help. And if you don't want to work with me, that's 100% fine as well. My feelings won't be hurt. Either way, you're going to receive a ton of value and clarity from the conversation. That I can promise you. So, if you meet the criteria, then go ahead and schedule a time for your SaaS scaling strategy call before the limited number of spaces fills up. My team and I are super friendly and you've got nothing to lose. And again, this call is 100% free. So thanks for watching and I look forward to speaking with you soon.